Okay, so good morning and welcome to Ceramics. So what we're working on for our self-portrait bust, we've made a slab and we've sort of roughed in the shape of our shoulders, sort of an oblong ellipse. And then now what you're going to do, you can start to join these together to really define that shape, but stop roughly halfway up. So we've scored. If I'm using super soft clay, I don't actually use slip. I just use water and blend that across. But now, if I want to define my shoulders to have my neck kind of be almost like this shape, I'll actually fold this across and use a needle tool to trim straight across. This is basically super fast version of darting. So I took out 2 triangles of clay out of the wall there. Then I'll score these up. And then blend these across. And so that'll start to form the top of my shoulders. I'll do the same thing on this side. Now, this is also not the correct profile. So we'll take out a much smaller dart. That'll form sort of the top of the collarbone here. Kind of coming in through and the other side of the collarbone. So this is going to be the front. And then the back, I'll do the same thing. Take a much smaller dart. And bring it in like this. So this will eventually blend in. You know, you don't want to have a humpback, but this will blend in to form the back of your bust. And so that's sort of all the cuts you're going to make, and then I'm going to spend some time refining all of this back into kind of the shape, and then I'll begin to coil the neck. And basically I'll coil a column taller than I need it so that then I can set my head here and then have plenty of room to cut the neck however short or tall you need it to get the angle of the head right. So now I see a lot of basically, you know, like the gym sharks with like all body, no neck, and just a little head sitting on top. So your necks are all like looking at it like this wide, except for Leela's. That's why I didn't call you up. But what I want you to look at, Leela, look at yours from the side. Also, you know, it doesn't come like straight off your chest up to your chin. It comes in a bit. So what you'll do, you'll dart here and here at the back, so you don't have a humpback. And then collar it in so that, and this is why I wanted you to have that profile view, so that it comes up the back and then the chest comes past your clavicles or your collarbones and then up through into your actual neck. So that is what we're working on today to get ready to then add coils to the neck to form your column. Okay? people who work out more than I do can confirm or deny this, but these muscles are called your traps, yes? Yeah, so this is also where you define basically your musculature in your silhouette. And you can kind of think about like giving your sculpture a massage to really kind of like work in some of that contouring. And so we all know this is not your real dimension. So what I like to do is add basically a flat spot at the end of the shoulders to reinforce the idea that it is a cut off image. And also, if you have an Adam's apple, remember to sculpt that part. Okay, so that's kind of a real quick beginning to a sculpture bust. So what I want y'all to do is after you let this set up a bit, you don't want to work when it's too wet, but you also don't want to let it get to be too leather hard. Now we're basically going to start coil building on top of our slab built foundation. And to Hayden's question earlier, we're going to build your neck actually quite a bit taller than you might expect, because we're actually going to build your head, cut a hole in the bottom, and actually hang it on your neck so that it can have some support as you begin to attach it. So now you'll begin coiling as if you were building basically a coil vase. And remember to do the interior as well. And in order to keep your neck from flaring out as you pinch it, you want to use basically two hands and pinch upwards and inwards at the same time. You'll notice I was using a relatively thick coil. And again, you want to leave your clay wall, I'd say at least a pointer finger, if not a thumb thick, so that it's actually strong enough to support the weight of your head when we get ready to attach it. You don't want to have like little bitty thin clay walls. You know, this isn't like functional pottery that we're going to pass across the table. It's a sculpture that's going to sit there. And you don't need it to be, you know, super duper thin and lightweight, because with sculpture, weight isn't really an issue. The only thing we need to avoid is having moisture in the clay when we get ready to fire it, so that it doesn't blow up. And you'll notice it was starting to collapse here in my collarbone. I'm just going to lift that up and redefine that. So that's what I want you all to do before you put your sculpture away for today. Get at least one coil on there. The coil is going to help unify all of those different darts, all those cuts we made. That coil is going to help blend across all those and keep them from opening back up.